Good morning, and here we are having our another session. Just my curious question is like, as a silica plastic block, people might have, given some kind of criticisms, like it's just a upscaling and everything. How did you handle that? All the criticisms overall. That's I'm so curious to know that.
So I don't look at it as criticism. If I just change that word from criticism to critical feedback,
Hmm. Okay.
that's what changes. That's how we look at it. I have been
Hmm.
looking at it only as a critical feedback, be it from my home, from my wife, my daughter, from community, society, everybody.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there are multiple. There's a YouTube video which was shot by my daughter in 2020 and has very high number of views. But when you start looking at the comments, you'll see there's a lot of feedback.
Hmm.
Oh, this will catch fire, or you are generating microplastics.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
well,
Yeah.
there's so many questions, and
Yeah.
it requires a lot of patience and governance of your own emotions, not to
Hmm.
react but to respond.
Okay. Okay.
So I would respond to yes, what you are saying maybe is right, but
Hmm.
can we work together to find a solution
Hmm.
rather than defending the solution? Uh, so the criticism has been from product usage side. Criticism has been that, or the critical feedback has been
Hmm.
that this could generate microplastic. So I started to find how do you measure microplastic. I
Hmm.
could not find anything till now. So whenever
Okay.
somebody now asks me, what about the microplastic? I said, give me a way how you can test it, and we'll do this. What about leaching? Give me a test.
Hmm.
So I have been getting a lot of critical feedback on this. Then
Hmm.
somebody
Hmm.
said, "Oh, what if it catches fire?" And
Hmm.
this was something we did not have a test for this. So where is that standard? How do you know
Hmm.
it catches fire or not? So there,
Yeah.
any new material or any new development innovation, uh, you are doing something new, so there is no standard available. Now,
Yeah.
how do you prove something when there is no standard? So there is no, and doing this at an MSME level, not
Hmm.
as a research institution, our testing doesn't bring credibility because
Hmm.
I'm not an institutional
Hmm.
college or engineering college or research institution where whatever we say could be credible enough.
Hmm.
And personally, we were not able to find any academic institution who would look at
Yeah.
collaborating in this also. So
Yes. Yes.
they have their own agendas, they have their own timelines, they have their own speed,
Hmm.
and they think. I mean, I have not found people very open to
Hmm.
uh, an
Work
MSME
towards.
bringing in innovation
Hmm.
and asking a scientist that now I'll accept your innovation and I'll work with you.
Hmm.
That openness is seldom available.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for answering me that question because I'm pretty sure a lot of young entrepreneurs who might be listening to this podcast, it's a good takeaway. Like, don't take it as a criticism, take it as a critical feedback. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, continuing on, I would ask like as a Indian startup ecosystem often faces what I'd call the sustainability premium problem, which is like eco-friendly solutions are perceived as an expensive, making inaccessible to the very lot of communities or that needs them most usually. Yet you have demonstrated with your foundry, dust to building, material technology, and sustainability can actually be cost competitive with traditional red clay bricks. But from your perspective, as a someone who operated in MSME space over like for 33 years, what are the most effective grassroots methods or the innovation principles that startups could adopt to make a sustainability both practical and profitable? Where do you see this policy or institutional support falling short in this cost effective transition?
So again, I'll go back to what I began with this triangle of better, faster, and cheaper. Okay, as the way of evaluating any innovation. I've been meeting, discussing with a lot of startups, and particularly when we talk of the sustainability side, we are always looking for grants, subsidies to help put this
Yeah.
out. And then we are saying, okay, we need viability gap funding because our cost of product is higher.
Hmm.
So ultimate, and I remember I had spoken this on a TEDx talk once, a few years ago, 3, 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
that let us step back and say that when we move from circular economy to linear economy, what are the parameters which made us move? One,
Hmm.
it was faster. Second, it was better. Third, it was cheaper. Okay. Now you're asking me to go back and buy something more expensive, which will take more time,
Hmm.
and it may be better from the environment perspective. So that you're taking only one box.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Then, how does my innovation really be an innovation?
Hmm.
Because I'm looking at only a one-dimensional story here.
Perspective. Yeah.
So, a multi-dimensional approach on any idea which goes beyond emotions balances emotion and rationality. And if my intent, if my the goals are directed towards this three-dimensional expansion of a triangle from year to year,
Hmm.
then perhaps sustainable technologies need not be more expensive.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It's
So
just the when you set your direction itself. If you put this as that, no, I'll solve world's hunger problem or I'll solve world's climate problem. But at the same time, if I add these two dimensions, that without burdening the people who are going to use this with the financial, rather converting these wasted resources into a value and actually make them aspirational, not only from the emotional context, but also from the rational context.
yes. What I have observed in India is like there is a mindset among the people still that any product that is like circularity it has or any sustainable product automatically people think it is going to be expensive. So there is a hesitant between the entrepreneurs who want to go into this field. So what do you want to give us a small tip or advice to them like to go towards it, not like stop with this thing?
Now, I have got other views also. They say that if you're using everything made from waste, it should be cheaper. Material
Mhm.
is free.
Yeah, that's another perspective people put in.
Yes. So
Hmm.
you have different feedbacks from people, and I agree with them that if my resource itself has zero value, then why is it more expensive than a product made from a
Normal.
new
Hmm. Hmm.
material?
Hmm. Hmm.
So particularly when we talk of silica plastic block,
Hmm.
many of the times people relate this only to a brick.
Hmm.
I would say that forget a brick. This is a material, and let us go back a step back and understand the material characteristic, and based on that, find what is the right market product fit, which connect this to the three vertices. Yeah, and that's why when we started with the brick, for example, it was a solid standard brick which was being made in a red brick. Couple of years back, we started thinking, no, actually it was 4 or 5 years back, 4 years or so back. We said, how do we make this brick competitive? So we knew that the cost of production, let's say, is around 15 rupees a kg, is the price which I have to sell. So I have to see that I meet the strength criteria, cost criteria, and both together. So we made a hollow brick with one block equal to six bricks. Okay.
Okay.
Second, we said we will not use cement mortar to bond them, so we made an interlocking Lego style design.
Hmm.
And the build construction cost is cheaper than the red brick cost. So
Okay.
it's just about taking a step back and anchoring yourself to the three
Hmm.
vertices.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thinking about it. That's
Yeah.
just only one suggestion I can give to anybody who's getting into
Hmm.
a new idea.
Hmm.
Don't look only from better perspective. Look at from all the three vertices, and it's not necessary to replace something as it is. So there's an innovation at different levels. So if you look at innovation, there could be a business model innovation, there could be a product innovation, there could be a process innovation, there could be systems innovation. So innovation is not a single dimension also.
Yes. Yes. That's right. Continuing like in your role with Hira program and as someone showcasing solutions at platforms like IFX 2025, you interact with everyone from engineering students to like seasoned industrialists. There is often a massive gap between what's taught in the sustainability courses and the circular economy framework. You could also say like ESG metrics, carbon accounting, and the messy reality of implementing these in the foundry or any tier 2 city, or could any startups. What are the most common mistakes you see young, well educated entrepreneurs make when they try to apply textbook sustainability principles to their startups? And conversely, what practical wisdom from your 40 plus years in manufacturing do you wish and being taught in the business school today? What is your perspective on that?
So there is one framework which we talk about in the Hira program.
Hmm.
Like, is about existentialism. Okay,
Hmm.
what you learn in the book is essentialism. That's a syllabus. Existentialism is when you study what exists today. So this one important uh, input is essential or is very useful when we look at the student perspective, from the education perspective, of bringing in what exists rather than only imagining what could happen. Okay? Look at what exists today, and that connects to what, from an industry perspective, one may like to do is to start measuring what exists. So when we want to engage, because I'm on both the sides, I'm in the education system as well as in the
Yeah.
industry system. When we say go to the industry says the students are not good. So my question is, how do you measure good? Okay. When we say that the industry is polluting, how do you measure? What is it that you're measuring? Now that data is not assimilated somewhere. That measuring systems are, so that's a very basic change in your habits of documenting what you're actually doing, and that data becomes a very important input for the at the academic level. This is what is existing. So when we go to the education system, we say, why don't you teach something which is existing? They say,
Yeah.
and if I look back, I say there's no data.
Hmm.
So how do I know what exists? I have only a subjective information. I don't have a objective
Knowledge. Yeah.
knowledge.
Hmm.
So the gap which is existing from my understanding is not the intent itself. There's a lot of intent. Yes, we want to do something with this industry and academy. We want to do something with each other.
Hmm.
But I think somewhere deep down we are missing something on measurable parameters,
Hmm.
measurable indicators, and not being able to put some uh, numbers to whatever you're talking.
Hmm. Hmm.
So balancing subject move. So I always say that the work of an entrepreneur today, our senior entrepreneur, is to move subjectivity into objectivity. And same on the education system. If you move subjective to objective, the learning will change by itself.
Hungry or health conscious? Discover Nelegum, your trending destination for heritage nutrition. The world's moving to real foods, and we are setting the pace. From high fiber millet noodles that instantly hit for busy Indian homes to our powerful traditional rice picked for immunity and pure taste. Dive into millet flakes that made for crunchy satiety and heart health with gluten-free varieties for all ages. And don't miss our delicious millet pasta, rich in protein, light on your stomach, with trending flavors like multi-millet and kutravelli, crafted for nutrition without compromise. India's top creators are making us viral, but your taste buds are the real reviewers. Go beyond trendy, choose heritage, choose health, try Nelegum, the real food influencer.
Mm-hmm. So you believe learning will change by itself, don't you think? Like, because from a student perspective, most of the feedback who is on the final year when they join as an intern, the first thing that I have heard as academician, as a researcher, I have heard is like, what I learned is very basic, but it's so different when it is implemented. They have this feedback. What do you think about it? Like, is it a mind shift that a student have to adopt, or is this the whole system? It needs to be changed. What do you think?
Yeah, so internship is again one of the favorite subjects which I have engaged in, and
Hmm.
over a period of now we have maybe 200, 300 interns in a year.
Oh,
Okay?
nice.
And
Hmm.
they come by themselves.
Hmm.
So we have moved out of students and one of the reasons why I suppose it is happening is we have moved from uh, just sit there and watch to giving them specific assignments. So if you don't make internship accountable, okay, if you don't give anything measurable to
Hmm.
somebody, and then you
Hmm.
say you learn what?
Yeah.
Okay? So the students sometimes on the industry side, we are not giving them projects on which they can learn. We are not, because we ourselves don't have those projects, and and many times when the industry says then they're not doing anything, I said, how are you giving them the experience? So are you providing them that experience or not?
Hmm.
So the industry is not prepared enough to make available those learnings in a systematic way. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we many times they end up telling students what to do. So they still remain in the syllabus mode rather than moving to an experiential learning that this is the project. Now you figure out, walk in the industry, go learn, see, talk to people, use your brains, ask questions, and learn. So, and this questioning is something which I think at a very young age, school level also has been diminishing. So, it's a change which requires not at one place, at multiple points.
That's yeah, I totally agree with you because if you are somebody who a researcher, academician, a listener, anybody, you think even your own children like start having this right mindset rather than just giving task and blaming on the whole syllabus. I think as an individual we can take a little bit of initiative as a parents, as a teachers, we can make something more workable rather than textbook syllabus thingy. So I would say that. So you have mentioned like IFS 2025, like Rhino Machines shifted focus from product displays to thought leadership in ecosystem development, and you are convening symposium on circular economy, bringing together value chain actors. This is a profound evaluation and evolution from being a machine manufacturer to what you call an ecosystem developer. For founders listening who are currently in a survival mode, managing cash flow and customer acquisition, this ecosystem building approach might seem like a luxury. How do you make the transition? What empirical signs or metrics you would be like giving them in a time to move beyond the core businesses? And what would be your advice for startups on like who are trying to focus on inwards towards their sustainability versus when to invest? They have these questions like when to invest energy in building collaborations and frameworks. There's advanced multiple steps in SDG simultaneously. So this lot of questions will be building up as a startup or an any founder or entrepreneur. What would you like to tell them?
So there's a lot of different questions, but I think there is
Questions.
something very
Yeah.
common, something very
Yeah.
common to this. Okay, which I realized in this few years of practice in the Empretech HERA program. So rather than being the whole, become a part of the whole. Okay, or a very famous or a very common statement used: the rising tides will lift all the boats. So, do
Okay.
I wish to be the ship, the boat, or do I wish to be the tide? The work which we are doing doesn't change. It's not a burden, it's not a luxury. It's a way of approaching business. So, if I'm invested in your success, okay, I'm automatically building an ecosystem. If I'm
Hmm.
invested in only in my business, my success, I'm isolating myself from the world. Okay?
Hmm.
So, is it I, me, and myself, or is it that all of us will rise and let me work with you to see how you can rise? This shift in the way of approaching business made it very easy for us at Rhino Machines, and it started internally first. It's not something that we naturally had, but there are some basic values which our parents, our founders, my father, mother, and the ecosystem has given to us, that and also our deep cultural heritage of karm kar fal ki ichha mat kar,
Hmm. Hmm.
the sandesh
Yes.
that
Yes.
giving is more powerful than taking. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, and there was a very interesting context on succession plan. Okay? So just to connect these two things, and I was explaining to one of my friends few days back. There are two kinds of succession plan. One is the succession plan of the enterprise, that is about myself. How do I protect my company? And there's a succession plan of the individuals in the enterprise of what would be their exit plan. Am I investing in the people who are building the organization? Are people the means, or people the end? Okay, if I'll invest in people, build their
Hmm.
capacity, the outcome may be the succession plan of the enterprise.
Hmm.
Okay, and by building people, you're automatically working on an ecosystem building, because the people are the community. Okay? They are just not a roll number or one employment number in the company today. So that's one shift which I think has been most important, that when in 2009 2010, when my father retired
Hmm.
from business, and I had to understand how to take this forward.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was initially outside for succession plan. Okay? It was in 2013-14 I realized that there's something wrong I was doing, and the people who built the enterprise were in the company for 20-25 years.
Hmm.
They are the natural successors because they understand the business very well.
Right.
The only thing which I may need to do is build their capacity to know what is ownership, to take the enterprise forward. And it's a journey of 10 years of investing in people. That learning allowed me to very easily understand that building a circular economy ecosystem is just saying that Rhino Machines is just one part of this entire system.
Hmm.
And that transition become very easy. So sustainability, again, multiple ways of looking at it. If my community is sustained, then I sustain. How can I sustain in isolation? And can man exist without society?
Makes sense. It's a in question is like man is a social animal, so of course
Yeah.
we need a community, we need a guidance, we need a mentorship. So yeah, as a startup especially who is like trying to figure out trying to set a stand in the market, they feel this isolated and all the things luxury when they are doing everything solo, when they are not doing with the community, joining hands, doing synergies with collaboration. So that's a different perspective you gave us to think about, sharing my perspective, because as an entrepreneur myself, I feel like I know what I'm doing is right, but am stuck somewhere. Then I you gave me the solution today, like where I was stuck, because thinking one step at a time or thinking small sometimes it's not enough. Being thinking in a broader sense, having a mentorship, being a mentor, or having someone as a mentor, and learning with other people, of course, like you said, synergy and community efforts, this will make work, and that's the eye-opening thing for me, to be very frank. I'm pretty sure all the people who are listening, they might have this bulb on moment, like, oh yeah, this is what I was missing in my life. So thank you so much for like giving us that bulb on moment.
That, so that means when you talk of startups today, again, it's not one side of the coin that we can look at. We need to look at both the sides of the coin to make it
Hmm.
worth its its value.
Hmm.
So on the one side, I should be able to come out of my ego, or uh, that I can be a part of the whole and not be the
Yeah.
whole. At the
Yeah.
second point, you also need a host which who can have this
Hmm.
similar
Goals.
possibility
Yeah.
to accept somebody at a very
Hmm.
young age, or any startup with a new
Hmm.
idea,
Hmm.
who is coming to challenge my own existing idea. Okay?
Right.
So if you are not so that's the second pillar of the HERA program in which that is relativism.
Hmm.
Okay, and the third pillar which connects to this is so when you're setting up your goals, you're looking at what I want to do now, that is immediate.
Hmm.
And so that is like a crow sitting on the ground trying to drink water. How do I get my water?
Yeah.
Or sit at the top of a tree as an eagle and see the entire ecosystem as well,
Hmm. Hmm.
okay, at the same time.
Okay.
So are you able to transcend that and find and set your higher order goals or lower order goals
Hmm.
uh, based on what you see, and set up some direction for yourself. So that
Hmm.
is ateism as a
Right.
perspective.
Yeah.
So for startup, I think these three, like the innovation
Hmm.
as is for doing something innovative,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
triangle. Similarly, for any entrepreneurial ecosystem building or your own journey,
Hmm.
look at these three contexts: utilitarianism, relativism, and existentialism,
Hmm.
and how are they integrated into your business. So that's something which could make your business more sustainable than what you might be doing today.
Yes. uh, I absolutely agree with you. You are, it's like, uh, it's not one bulba movements throughout the session. I could say everywhere, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's like continuous bulba movements you gave us. I'm pretty sure our listeners and viewers will be like going through the same feeling as me. So that's the wrap on today's conversation with Manish Ji. And if this episode sparked something in you, if it made you rethink what mentorship really means, or if it is like challenging or you to move from knowing to do, or share it with someone in your network who needs to hear it, a founder in the trenches, a student mapping their next move, a policymaker writing the rules of the game. So sustainability isn't a solo sport, as Manishji said. A great reminder for us like today, it's about partnership, conscious individuals coming together to realize multiple sustainable development goals, of course based on the real life demands, on this region. So let's make the sustainability in action. Thank you so much for joining today, sir. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here with us. In spite of your busy schedule, you made time for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for hosting me, and I hope there's something which will be useful, meaningful, and
Definitely. It's not one thing.
this is and this cannot be captured in one
Hmm.
podcast also.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
it's something which can continue.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I believe, like, of course, like how you said, if there is a demand, we are ready to deliver the demand. I believe people will be like reaching out to us to ask for more sessions on this. If you are thinking like that, please let us know so that we can have we can trouble Manish a little bit more on this
Definitely.
sustainability
So
thing.
it is connected to, if the community around us grows, my
Hmm.
business will grow by itself.
Yes,
I would be
definitely.
happy to participate in any conversation on any subject which
Okay.
you think I could contribute to.
Definitely. Thank you so much for giving
Thank you,
us
sir.
the space, sir. And have a very wonderful day. Thank you so much once again. Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar.
If today's conversation resonates with you, don't just stop listening. Join our growing community at Sustainability Site. You can find links to Rhino Machines, the HERA program, and all the resources we discussed today in the show notes. If you want to continue this conversation, drop your thoughts in the comments or tag us on the social media, and definitely we are listening. As I mentioned, if you want to know more about Manish ji and anything that you think he's the right person, let us know so that we can ask him more about this. We can have multiple sequels of the episodes. If you want to share your love and support with us, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and definitely on YouTube. And if you would like to go one step further and support us through Coffee or Patreon, where members get exclusive bonus episodes, deep dive toolkits, and behind the scene access to the sustainability strategies that actually work, you could also give your love and support, behind the scene access and sustainability strategies that could actually work. Uh, so support us in Coffee and Patreon. Continuing that, you could also give your love and support to Mr. Manish Ji and his company. Of course, you can follow his social media and the links in the description below. You can also connect with us on Instagram or website, Discord community, Coffee, Patreon, LinkedIn. At the sustainability side, we have a community. So the point of having the whole episodes and podcast is to create a community where, as Manish just said, we together as a community we can grow and make the sustainability more in action. So join the movement, share your thoughts, and part of a global community creating change from the ground up. So don't miss the next episode of the Green Crate, where future of building isn't just green, it's intelligent. Until then, keep thinking sustainable. Because on the sustainability side, we don't just see the problems, we see the possibilities. Keep imagining a better way forward, as sustainability is not mine, it's ours. And I'll be back soon with much more. Until then, take care, stay tuned, curious, and inspired only on the sustainability side.
Feel the joy, let's unite on the sustainability side, making waves, shining light from the city streets to the open skies. Together we rise with a love that defies